Hello, hello. I'm doing a dance. I don't know why I'm doing a dance. Why am I
Because
doing a
you're
dance,
excited.
Janine?
Because you're excited.
I am excited. I am excited. Hello there, Steve. Movie Fanobi in the live chat already because isn't he just wonderful, Janine?
Yay! Yes, of course, Steve is wonderful.
He is wonderful. I've got a slightly different setup as I am currently streaming off my phone because I'm having to play this movie on my laptop. Yes.
Aww.
No fancy, nice, comfy television for me. Instead, I get to sit in my armchair. Isn't it just nice? I'm so happy. I'm so happy with my armchair. I get to use my footstool that's not really a footstool and is actually just spare soundproof foam.
So you won't
Did you
get
know
to hear
that?
all the
I'm not
explosions
doing that. I'm
and surround
slouching.
sound.
No, unfortunately not.
Oh, that's
Unfortunately not. But we are here for the watch along.
And I'm opening my licorice stick.
Licorice. I don't like licorice.
More of them.
No reasonable person likes licorice.
I do.
You're not a reasonable person.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for always being honest with me.
Yes, I am. Steve says, this is a safe space for movie fans, unless it's a Will Ferrell movie. Very true, Steve. Very true. Steve. I'm fully aware of how HDMI works. But this was comfier anyway. Like, I don't even like the couch where I usually do the watch-alongs from. It's nowhere near as comfy as this armchair. And to be honest with you, this is just a nicer setup. Like, I'm usually over by the couch. It's usually not as nice a background.
Yeah.
This is at least my regular background. So I'm sat here.
Are you at least comfortable?
This. I'm very comfortable. Heather's here as well. Hello, Heather.
Hi.
But yeah, we're. No, I'm not a quitter. Quitter at all. I just know what I'm doing. I just know what I'm doing here. I know I can. I'm not slouching. Stop slouching. Anyway, we're here for the watch along. It's the latest. It's a wonderful watch along, Janine.
Yes.
It's the fifth one we've done now.
I know. We're racking these up, and I'm having a blast.
It's we're getting into the holiday season, obviously. Well, we're in the holiday season.
Well, are you having
what?
Are you having a festive cocktail with me, Morgan, this time?
A festive cocktail?
Yes.
I have the right mic. Well, this is the only mic I can possibly use at the mic. I use my regular mic, Steve. Bigger mic. I don't need a bigger monitor. What do I need a bigger monitor for? My monitor's fine. Yeah. I feel like Steve's judging me for no reason.
So no festive cocktail to join me.
No, unfortunately not.
So disappointing.
What is a festive cocktail? How do you even have a festive cocktail?
Well, for you, it's a glass of wine. So are you drinking with me? Is what I'm asking. I would just try to say it in a cute holiday way.
Oh. Well, I mean, I could, but it would mean opening a fresh bottle of wine.
Well,
and also look at the jumper I'm wearing. I am not even risking red wine. I think that's a very unwise decision.
You never learn, Morgan.
Red wine.
You're supposed to save that sweater for when we finally watch Knives Out.
I know, but I'm wearing it now.
Damn it.
Wearing it now. But we're here. We're ready. The Long Kiss Goodnight is what we're watching today.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start. Well, I'm starting from 00000.
And I'm starting from the new line when the new line comes in.
Okay. So, but you know, there's always some sort of weird time difference anyway.
I own this movie, so you know.
Well, I'm comfy. I'm ready to go. To be honest with you, I'm absolutely ready to go.
Same.
Are you all ready to go? Janine, yes. Do the people know?
I hope the people know. I put the word on the street.
It's okay then. Okay. Well, let's watch it. Let's crack on because I think it's about 2 hours long.
Yes.
So yeah, if you're watching along with us, thank you. You're great. if you're watching later with some sort of weird commentary from us, that's also kind of cool.
Yeah, I kind of love the idea of that as well.
But this channel is where we do these watch-alongs. Hopefully there'll be more stuff coming on this channel as well, in a potentially revamped way in the new year. We're speaking about certain things, aren't we?
We are.
And we're trying to do, or trying to make certain things happen, which would be nice if they could. So yeah, just basically keep an eye out on this channel, which may be being revamped in the near future.
Yes.
But it will still be this channel, so you'll still be here. So subscribe and all that business, and give the video a like and all that kind of stuff. And on Twitter, at It's a Wonderful One is the podcast feed. Twitter, at the Purple Dome with the 3 instead of the E in the for me, because Janine.
3 is the magic number.
There you go. And at Janine Devine for Janine over there. That's where you can find out all of us. Keep an eye on what we're doing. Janine, let's crack on with this movie.
Okay. When I say now.
When you say now.
Yes.
That's not 3. Not 3. Never 3. Never 3.
Never 1.
Never 2. Never even 1. But now.
Yes.
Now or go? What about go now? Now go.
No, I'm just going to pick now. Okay.
Stop. Don't stop.
All right, guys. 3, 2, 1. Now.
Success.
Morgan's Lane coming 2021. And Heather thought I was wearing a crown. Ooh.
A crown. A crown like The Crown, the Netflix show that's apparently coming under fire for not being accurate, because obviously it's not being accurate. If it was accurate, it would literally not be able to exist.
Yeah.
Are you an idiot? You're not an idiot. They're the people who think The Crown is a documentary idiots. Michael Smith, hello.
Hey, Michael.
Wish you could be watching along. It is a good one. Hasn't seen it in a long while. Thank you, Michael. Glad to see you back here again. Gina Davis, who you don't see in things much anymore. I like Gina Davis.
Yeah. Well, I think last I saw her, she did a guest appearance on Grey's Anatomy.
Well, that would be why nobody sees her anymore, because how old is Grey's Anatomy? Grey's Anatomy is going to be
Grey's Anatomy is like
season.
It's like on its like 17th season or 14th season or something crazy like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I still watch it, so.
David Morse is in this movie, Janine.
Yes, I remember I was telling you. I think this is that when we did Disturbia, that's what reminded me, and I think that's what led to my pick.
Okay. Disturbia was, of course, the Deja Vu for the Rear Window episode of It's a Wonderful Podcast. Find it everywhere podcasts are found. Yes, promotion.
Yes, great plug. Great plug, sir.
Thank you. This is... I mean, okay, I don't really know what this movie is about, because, you have made people aware, Janine. Alan Silvestri does the score. Okay, that's nice. As you've made people aware on the promotion, Janine, this is my first time actually watching this movie. So I don't know what it's even remotely about. What is it remotely about?
So it's about this woman who's a teacher. She woke up pregnant, lost her memory, had a child, and just, has been trying to figure out who she is. Just living her life. She's a teacher, very domesticated, living with her boyfriend and her daughter, just trying to live her life. And then things start popping up that make her realize that maybe she's some kind of
witch. No, witch.
Assassin, maybe.
Assassin, okay.
Yes.
Is that why it's all a bit like file tapes and secrets?
Yes.
Oh my God, Janine, is that same damn church that's in every... Is this a Warner Brothers movie? Is this a Warner Brothers movie? I don't even know.
All studios.
Shane Black written, though. Shane Black written.
Yes.
That's always nice. Heather wishes there were more movies like this with women leads in action. I also loved Atomic Blonde. You know what? I unfortunately never even saw Atomic Blonde.
I didn't care for Atomic Blonde. It was kind of slow for me.
But I agree with the sentiment, Heather, to be perfectly honest with you. There is still not enough
female-led action that's solid.
Yeah, big name female-led action. So Gina Davis. This is just like action dramatic 50 First Dates.
Mm-hmm.
I was born 8 years ago. No, you weren't, Gina Davis.
This guy's
I
really
mean, that's
boring.
a question. Okay, how are you a teacher if you have amnesia? How do you remember what to teach?
She's had her amnesia is just she doesn't remember who she is. Not like she's forgotten how to be a person. She just has forgotten what person she is.
I mean, what does she say to the new students in the class, though? Hello, students. I don't remember.
She remembered some things that she was Samantha Kane, and she's had investigators looking for things. So there have been things about her past that she kind of remembers or gets a hold of, but she doesn't fully know the extent.
Okay. What is it with tree houses and weird trapdoors? We don't have tree houses in Britain, Janine. It rains too much.
That's no fun.
Not a thing.
I have not seen The Accidental Tourist.
The Accidental Tourist. Is that a movie or is it some sort of old documentary, Steve?
I believe it's a movie.
It is a movie.
Yes.
Or is it just a description?
See, look at this guy's. You're gonna miss this guy's ridiculously corny joke.
I like his jumper.
Would you wear that sweater, Morgan?
Yes. Immediately.
You know when this movie came out, right?
1996. Success. Yes, I would wear that jumper. Why would you not wear that jumper?
No.
Why? It's a great jumper.
It's a little much.
But that's the point of Christmas jumper.
So yeah, she used to hire expensive detectives, but now she's down to the low rent ones. Which brings you to
yes. Which brings us to, I mean, it's a bit of an insult to Mr. Jackson, isn't it? Here he is. Has he got his mustache? He has. He's got a mustache. It's mustache Sam Jackson. We like mustache.
Well, he's got a little full kind of.
Oh, he has actually. He's got a little goatee. Actually, it's not just his mustache. I like facial hair, Sam Jackson. I don't like that man's mustache. I don't like Sam Jackson's hat either.
I think he thinks it's the cheap detective style.
I'm a cheap detective. I wear terrible hats. Is that how it works? He is great in everything he does, though. I completely agree with that. He's truly, truly great.
So, as you can see, he's a bit of a scam artist as well.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Sam Jackson's going to make his way in life, the world.
So those were hobos that he used in that little grift. Those weren't actually police, so he wouldn't have to pay them more than just in food. And the prostitute was his assistant.
A little bit of an insult there to his assistant.
Yeah.
Saying,
well, she did make a funny joke.
You look like a
She was like, "We got to stop using bums." And he was like, "Well, they work for food, so they're cheap." And she's like, "So if they throw up on you, is that like a refund?"
No, it's not, because you can't just make vomit back into food. That's horrible.
Right.
What a stupid joke. Doesn't even make any sense.
I thought it was funny.
I think it is quite funny as well.
Licorice straw time.
Licorice straw. Janine, are you planning on getting drunk on today's watch along?
Not as drunk as this guy.
No, this guy does look pretty drunk, to be fair. Have you ever been bubbles coming out of your mouth saying hick drunk?
No.
Oh, dear. Oh dear.
Wow. Is she not wearing her seatbelt?
Very irresponsible from Gina Davis. Maybe she forgot that seatbelts were a thing in a mysterious, nondescript amnesia. I must admit, I've seen plenty of deers run over in movies before, but I don't think I've ever seen a deer that actually just attached itself to the front of the car whilst the car was still driving.
Well, I think it got stuck in there.
I just thought that was a very unique deer car accident.
Well,
like, why is it always a deer? Why is it always a deer? Why is it not like a horse or a cow or a sheep?
She's getting flashes of memories.
What of the last time she ran over a deer?
No, she hit her head, so she's getting memories. Why must you be so ridiculous?
I'd just like to point out that Steve just said something was a dirty old drunk member. Sounds a little bit sinister, Steve, there, to be honest with you. Sounds like you could be describing some implement.
You're terrible.
I am terrible, I am.
Because deer are everywhere next to roads here. See? So it's a thing.
Well, you have to look very hard to find deer in Britain. In the forests. Forests where nobody
correctional facility.
Mrs. Kringle. This has turned into Miracle on 34th Street all over again. Where's Mrs. Kringle?
Uh-oh. He recognized that Mrs. Claus.
He does. And here is prisoner number 3. Bald, blind prisoner number 3. I'm fairly convinced he shouldn't be doing that. So, is Christmas Jumper Man going to wear a Christmas jumper in every scene that he's in?
Yes, most likely.
Pretty much. Okay. I like that. I like that. She didn't even check on the guy in the car. No, she didn't, Heather. Terrible Gina Davis.
I think he's pretty much dead.
Well, that's unfortunate, though. I don't like that. I mean, yes, he was drunk and old and weird, but nothing wrong with being drunk and old and weird. Doesn't mean he has to die.
So that knock on the head has shook some things loose.
It has, and all of a sudden it's turned into some sort of surreal dream, and I'm into it. And this feels like a weird horror movie now, Jane. I like this.
Of course you do.
Who puts a Christmas wreath on a, well, I would call it a bin wagon, a garbage truck.
A festive garbage man.
Festive garbage man.
It's like 2:00 in the afternoon, lady. Time for dinner. Don't bright it is outside. Bitch. This ain't no dinner. That's like brunch.
You could just be like, Mom, just tell me just to stop hanging out with the weird cheap detective rather than lying to me that I have food. Because you don't have any food for me.
Right? You just want to get me away from my dad.
Sam Jackson's wearing that same style hat again, but it's a different hat.
Yeah.
I wonder how many hats of this type he has in this movie.
And he got the pleather jacket. Oh yeah, that's the look right there.
I mean, I'm more into what the kids wear in the huge oversized shirt. I mean, I like to wear that anyway now.
And a beeper, 1996.
The height of technology, of course. The beeper. I never thought the beeper made any sense, really.
So he actually found something.
I mean, that house was absurdly white. The house would get very dirty on the outside.
Those are the things
full
you
of
think
mud.
about.
You would have to clean the outside of the house so often. Make your house out of brick. That doesn't happen. Look at the three little pigs. Look at the three little pigs. One of them had a straw house. One of them had a stick house. The fourth one, who you never actually see because it's called the Three Little Pigs, actually had a white wood house like that. That was terrible as well because the wolf just went and put dirt all over.
I'm glad that's where your mind is going during this movie. I appreciate that.
And then obviously the pig with the brick house was able to kill the wolf. That's the Three Little Pigs, if you didn't know.
Maybe we should be watching that instead.
Beepers were only useful when there were payphones.
This is where my name came from. Chefs do that.
This? Ah.
So she's realizing she's good with this knife. What good could that mean? And she thinks she thinks maybe it's because I was a chef, and so we get this fun little scene.
To be fair, it's kind of like really impressive knife work.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. I mean, it's comically ridiculous. All the food's flying everywhere. What's going on? Yeah, that's what she really used to do. She used to throw people, murder them. Chefs don't do that.
Just do that. I just like that it's all fun. It's got the saxophone music. It's like, yeah, good time. And then, what the hell just happened?
If chefs do that, I'm unconvinced by restaurant meat anymore. Janine, is there anyone in this movie that is random white guy from the 90s, number 14?
I mean, would David Morse be that guy?
No, because I know his name.
Okay.
He's been in enough big things that I actually know his name.
Would this guy Craig Bierko be that guy?
Possibly. Do I recognize him? Is he one of these two people?
Yes.
I don't immediately recognize them. No, maybe the guy on the phone. Is that the guy on the phone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I half recognize him. Maybe he is random white guy number 14 from the 90s. Daedalus just reminds me of Daedalus Diggle, who's a Harry Potter character.
Diggle.
Daedalus Diggle.
I'm sad they left that name out of the movie.
Well, no, they did actually, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Daedalus Diggle is somebody that introduces himself to Harry Potter in the Leaky Cauldron on his first visit. In the movie, I believe we only get Doris Crockford, who's outright says her own name. Yes. Daedalus Diggle's quite an excitable man. I think he like used to know James Potter. I think something like that. One of the X-Men. They have the rights to use that name. Oh, you can't just push someone on the ice rink. It hurts. You can't just do that. You have to guide them. Janine, are you a good ice skater?
I am moderately okay. I've only ice skated maybe like once or twice. But I'm okay at rollerblading, so it's similar.
I remember when I was younger and like I would go ice skating. I would just try and go as fast as humanly possible. My arms would be flailing everywhere.
Are you good?
Like I'm not unbelievably competent as an ice skater, but I can casually go around an ice rink and be safe and not fall over.
So it sounds like you would enjoy Blades of Glory with Will Ferrell.
I wouldn't enjoy Blades of Glory because it stars Will Ferrell and it's got stupidness. Like I somewhat enjoy the absolute carnage of the Eurovision Song Contest, but I didn't watch that Netflix movie from earlier on this year with Will Ferrell playing some sort of Icelandic person competing in the Eurovision Song Contest.
Well, you're meant to believe that Rachel McAdams is completely in love with him.
Well, that's also just ridiculous, though, isn't it? So, because why would Rachel McAdams? Why would anybody truly love Will Ferrell? That's a horrible thing to say. As I said,
yes, that is very mean.
It is very mean. It's unnecessarily mean. I'm sure Will Ferrell is a very nice person.
So her daughter did break her wrist on the ice.
Well, it's just unnecessary. I mean, why has she gone and pushed her down the ice rink?
But she got all harsh with her, and she doesn't even like remember really doing that. So other things are coming out that just aren't what she knows of herself.
Terrible. I don't trust anything. Janine invoked his name.
Oh my goodness.
That is unbelievably tense. Why are you Christmas caroling with guns to your head? What's going on? Is it bald criminal number 8 from the prison again?
Yes.
Oh, it is. Right. How is he now out of the prison?
Well, probably escaped, because that happens in these movies.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Candy, save the day.
Oh, there's some sort of aggressive electric guitar.
Wow.
Action. Oh my God, she's very violent towards her own daughter, Janine.
She's getting her to safety.
Say, that looked incredibly dangerous. I'll tell you where safety is. The basement. Or
Okay,
upstairs.
who has time to get her in the basement with this man, this one-eyed man attacking you?
Lobbing it, just cover up his other eye, you won't be able to see them. He'd be walking around like, I don't know, who's a comedy person that walks around who can't see. This is very violent.
Ooh.
Oh, she took his eye.
Yeah.
This is unbelievably violent. I mean, I say that. But, you know, it's no more violent than your average action movie.
Oh.
Oh, God. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Ooh. Just do that. Sure they do, Gina. Yeah, you lobbed Caitlin into the other house. I don't know how you actually managed to do that.
See, she's safe.
I don't even know why. The windows. Oh, God. I don't even know why the windows are that close to each other on separate buildings.
Look at the things you're paying attention to. We just had a big action scene and you're just looking at windows.
I just don't understand why you would. Or was it the tree house?
It was a tree house. She threw her into the tree house.
Well, that makes a little more sense. I thought it was the next house along.
No, she threw her in the tree house.
I was just going to question why you would have a window looking directly into your neighbor's window.
Yeah, no.
You just look at each other, you just spy on each other.
No, it was the tree house.
That makes more sense now.
So Sam Jackson has come. He says he has the clues for her. So she's going with him to explore this fiance that was on a postcard that they found in an old apartment that she lived at.
And now she's just wrote the what she has to remember on her daughter's cast. Like, people are supposed to sign those.
No, she wrote her phone number so her daughter could call her. Are you watching this movie?
I am watching this movie.
Are you too busy looking at windows and White Houses and thinking about?
I am watching this. I am watching this movie. I've even got the subtitles on, which I never do. I've even got the subtitles on. I was just speaking and questioning why the house is so unbelievably white. You know when all that snow melts and it turns to brown? I bet it looks awful.
I'm glad that's your primary concern in this whole movie.
It is.
Houses in my neighborhood are that close. I have to have my windows covered so we are not staring at each other. Oh.
I mean, that's just terrible. What's the point in having a window? You might as well not even have a window.
Right?
You might as well just have more wall space for a nice mirror, a piece of art. Oh, God, it's the White House. It looks like the White House. I think it is the White House.
And that's your president.
It is the White House. Who's the president? Who's that? A relic of the Cold War? Like what? That's just a copy of Goldeneye, isn't it? You know, when Steve's getting excited that it's a president movie.
Yeah, technically, we got a president here.
I just don't appreciate the rip-off of Goldeneye there, Janine.
Well, you need to appreciate these one-liners coming up from Sam Jackson.
Well, yes, but by calling Gina Davis a relic of the Cold War, that's exactly what M says to Bond in Goldeneye. Songs.
I would be like that, correcting people on wrong lyrics.
Do you do that? Do you do that? You would hate me.
A lot of
I
times.
said you would hate me. You do. So I always do that. I always have my own lyrics. You want to hear me try and sing? You want to hear me try and sing? I forgot now what it's called. Anyway. See, Sam Jackson doesn't even have his little goatee now. He just has his mustache.
Yeah, that's a look right there.
And his little whatever you want to call this. People have different names for it.
Oh, here we go. Got some Brian Cox coming. Got some Cox coming for you.
No, let's not have that, please. Not that kind of move. We can't do a watch along of that. We would get taken off. It would be very uncomfortable for everybody. Stop being sinister, Ginny. Oh, Brian Cox, you always look so angry.
He's very upset about this dog.
Oh, I appreciate Brian Cox's turtleneck that he's got on.
A little busy with them checkered pants, but
Well,
but they tapped his phone, so they know where she's going. They thought, oh, she's gonna.
Gina Davis was big, legit.
What?
Gina Davis was being legit in this movie. I mean, like her assassin character.
Yes, Charlie Baltimore was a big major assassin. That's why that bald guy came after her.
How does one get to be an assassin? I mean, I don't want to be an assassin, but you know, how does that?
Yeah, how do you get into that line of work?
Really, honestly, how on
Like,
earth does that happen?
you go to Assassin's College, like.
Go in for your little job interview. Hello. Hello. Yes, I have my degree in assassination
I think you should write a movie
from
about
the University
of assassinations.
of Pennsylvania. And I have 4 years experience as an assassin. I have killed 35 people, ranging from regular anybody's to government officials. And I think I'll do very well at this assassination agency. Yes, madam. We would love to bring you on board. Welcome to the club, Team Assassin.
Team Assassin.
That's the only way I can see it ever happening. It can happen no other way. It has to be some sort of weird formal job interview, as though it's any regular office job. Why is Samuel L. Jackson with his shirt off?
Just getting ready for bed.
Samuel L. Jackson should never have his shirt off.
Why? You're such a
monster.
Such a hater, Morgan.
I have a feeling Samuel L. Jackson could take his shirt off in a movie now and he'd still look the damn same.
I don't need like in his 80s.
I mean, he's nearly in his 80s. I think Samuel L. Jackson is like, I don't have my phone. I'm streaming off my phone. Do you think you're going to have to look this up?
Well, look what
Samuel
she found
Jackson
in her suitcase.
Definitely in his 70s. She found a seriously impressive dismantled rifle. Is what she found.
Sam Jackson was born in 1948.
That's unbelievable. So he's what, 72? 73 probably, nearly. He's 72. He'd be 72.
Yeah, 72.
He still looks like he's in his 50s.
Right? Black don't crack, baby. But I mean, if you watch Captain Marvel,
I mean, yeah, sure, he's running a bit like an old man.
But he's got the de-aged face.
But he's got the de-aged face and the full head of hair.
Yeah.
But he does still look like he's in his 50s.
And it's crazy. Like, his career didn't really take off until he was like in his 40s.
No, it didn't.
Like, his first movie was that burglar in Coming to America, I think.
Oh, yeah. He also had like a tiny part in Goodfellas.
Mm-hmm. And then he did Jungle Fever. He had a bigger role there. And started doing more from there. Oh my gosh, it's real! It's real! Oh my god.
Not to dream anymore. Oh!
Oh, shit.
Jumpy Gina. I mean, I would be jumpy as well, to be fair. Yeah. Nobody's going to believe you, though, are they? That's a problem. Is Samuel L. Jackson wearing a different, or no, he's wearing the same hat? Well. That calls for rolling the sleeves down.
He definitely got the gravitas, man.
Of course he does. It's Samuel L. Jackson. Like, who said? I think Heather said before, he's literally good in every single thing he's ever turned up in. When can you ever name a Samuel L. Jackson performance where you weren't like, yes, Samuel Jackson, you're great? I can't think of one. And he's been in 4 million movies.
Yeah.
shuffle. I'm just shuffling. I'm just going to sit like this. Oh, apparently this looks like Steve's commute home yesterday. How snowy is it?
Yeah, you guys getting that much snow already?
I wish it was snowing here.
How come you guys don't have snow?
We don't have snow because of geography.
Because you're not in the center of Europe, London, to get all the snow.
London don't get any snow. Because Britain has the Gulf Stream from the Gulf of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So our rain, or our like water that goes up and becomes rain and then rains on us, is warmer than the average of the longitude.
Mm-hmm.
So we're on the same longitude as like Canada, but we barely get any snow.
Mm. It's like cold and rainy all the time, so it's just funny that you don't get snow.
We do sometimes get snow, but it's not. It's generally kind of not pleasant snow. Like you have to go to Highland, Scotland to get real snow.
Mm.
But I would go to Highland, Scotland, because people in Highland, Scotland are very nice and they speak with that lovely sing-songy Scottish accent.
Mm.
It sounds like they're from the Wickham.
Got his little baby gun.
I've never understood tiny little revolver things like that. Why are they so small?
Unless you're trying to be discreet, then what's the point?
It's like what Michael Corleone uses to kill Salozzo, the godfather in the restaurant. The world's smallest gun. But it works, it does the job.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's a random white guy number 14 again. There he is. She doesn't know who you are.
He's doing a little test. He's doing a little test.
He looks like a very bothersome person. Go away, get out. Oh, it's all very secretive.
That doesn't look like Brian Cox. Oh, no.
That isn't Brian Cox at all. That is... Who is this person? Oh, dear. Right, the thing is, though, is you're in a public place.
Okay, this is great. So there's some great fun lines in here.
Jesus wept. I always like that. I always like that as an exclamation.
You're right.
No, it's all in slow-mo.
Mm-hmm.
1996.
I mean, I think it works there to show all the things.
It does. It works fine, but it's, I always talk about how everything in the 90s movies is just way too over the top in terms of the action. Like, it really is. So much for discretion, says Steve. Right. Oh dear. that's not how an explosion works on one single grenade. Oh my God, look at the amount of fire. Janine, look, I've never, you know, been in the military, but that's not how a grenade
Listen to
works.
this. Listen to this. Listen.
Ooh, that would be very cold. Oh dear. Oh, you would actually die.
Saved your ass. It was great. I love Sam Jackson so much.
Well, that's just irresponsible driving. Oh, it's Brian Cox. It wasn't irresponsible driving. It was successful driving. Well done, Brian Cox. Janine, why is this movie making me want to cheer for Brian Cox? Brian Cox is a villain, and we all know he is.
No.
Zoo.
He gets some quippy one-liners as well.
Shane Black, though, isn't it? So what do we expect?
Yes. Oh, my favorite line is coming up soon, so just be prepared for that.
Mr. Wally.
Is that what you call it?
No. Why on earth would anybody ever call it Mr. Wally?
Well, he's Britishy, so that's why now everyone thinks you guys just call it that.
Brilliant.
So she believed her own cover story. That's why she thought her name was Samantha Kane. She's really Tully Baltimore, and she ended up believing her own cover story that she was a school teacher named Samantha Kane.
Also, she actually works for the United States government. She isn't being tracked down by the government. I thought she was in.
But I think I think something like with the program she was in like went under, so they ended up trying to kill all the assassins that had anything to do with it. So that's why they tried to get rid of her.
See. Oh, goodness me, Sam Jackson.
Those are Brian Cox's clothes.
What he's wearing, it's green and fluffy. Oh my God. Can we just acknowledge that I would 100% wear the outfit Sam Jackson is currently wearing?
I don't want to know you if that is true.
Why not?
That is terrible.
His hat's fluffy.
Okay, my line's coming up. See, because I'm just getting eaten in the balls.
Oh.
So they don't trust him. They're like, oh, how did they know we were going to be there? You must have tipped them off. But he did, but he didn't do it on purpose. They tapped his phone.
Yeah, oh yes.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I hope not. Stop thinking how much my balls hurt.
Oh, for God's sake.
I mean, that was a pretty good delivery too, right?
Yeah, kind of was. Okay,
now we're going to meet David Morse here. David Morse.
Oh, yes, I wondered where he was.
He's the fiance that was in her postcard. But there's more to it. Ooh.
Steve, you call me frumpy. There's no need for grumpy. Okay,
Grumpier like Morgan. Oh, frumpier.
Janine, seriously, apart from the white weird waistcoat thing, why could I not wear what Sam Jackson is currently wearing?
That is ridiculous. The hat is furry.
Exactly. The hat is
Those
furry.
pants are high water pants. Those corny square loafers, Morgan.
But look at his wonderful green blazer and his turtle.
Morgan Robinson. I don't want to know you if that is something you would put on your body.
Okay. David Mawson, contact good dad.
And your daughter, Cathead, Caitlin.
Cathead? Can't call someone Cathead. That's not a name. Yeah. David Morse looks like a rural kind of man. Likes chopping wood and building fires and wearing.
What man sits down when he pees?
Somebody who wants just a little bit more comfort.
Fair.
I mean, to be quite honest with you, can't remember the last time I went. I needed, to do that and went and sat down. Kind of a bit more of a faff to sit down. But if you've got the time. Oh, well, there's nothing, strange about Sam Jackson calling himself a bad MFer.
Yeah.
He likes to do that.
I almost made my name That's a Duck, Not a Dick. I was like, that's too long.
He's got horses.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Code words.
Oh, dear.
Oh, shit.
Don't kill this man. Oh, God. Who's this now? No. Right, there's too much punching of people.
Who wears slips anymore? When was that even a thing?
I don't know. I don't think I can answer.
There's this video going around TikTok of like this old vintage video of showing women how to undress properly in front of their husbands.
Oh my God.
And one lady's just like, see, she knows how to undress properly, neatly taking off her things. And then the other lady just like throws off her girdle, kicking off her slippers. Like, oh no, this is very wrong.
This is definitely from the 50s, right? This is like wife etiquette or something.
I think it's even earlier. It looks like very black and white old video. I'll have to show you.
That's just like the same thing as like when you find out there were classes on how to be a good wife.
Yes.
and things like that. Now, what is going
Oof. Oof. That would be miserable.
Like, let's just focus on the fact that this is torture that's going on here.
And I'm sure lungs already work like even worse when it's cold.
I'm not a scientist. I don't know. Oh dear.
But you live in cold weather.
Human head.
No, it's Brian Cox.
It is Brian Cox. Is Brian Cox dead already?
Yes, they killed him and put him under there.
Well, Brian Cox didn't last very long. God's sake, Janine.
I'm sorry.
Well, Brian Cox was supposed to be in this movie, not an extended cameo.
But he did give some very good advice.
Sure, yes, he could.
No, I mean, it'll help her in the situation.
Who actually has a device like this in their home? It's not the home, though, is it?
You know, he's a freaking killer. And this is like, he was her target to murder because he's dead.
Yeah, that's true.
This was directed by her husband at the time.
Rennie Harlan?
Yeah, I believe she was married to him at the time.
Is that why he's got her doing some sort of wet t-shirt competition?
Yes. And then they did that ill-fated Cutthroat Island. And I think that's what broke up everything.
Cutthroat Island.
The movie lost so much money.
You know, you'd feel that Rennie Harlan wouldn't need to put Gina Davis in some sort of torturous wet t-shirt contest in his movie, and he could just, you know, consensually do stuff like that anyway. If at the case they were currently in a relationship, you wouldn't think he needed to force her to do it for the movie.
Well, I mean, this is icy cold water. Well, it's supposed to be.
Well, so it's even worse then.
So this is the flashback of what actually happened to her.
Oh, when she died.
Yes. So,
no, it's bald, blind, one-eye man.
He was tasked to kill her.
Mm-hmm. Energizer Bunny. I thought it was the Duracell Bunny.
That was Energizer.
Other batteries are available.
So he just admitted, you know, I made that mistake playing doctor with her. So she's cute, but don't get, you know, funny with her. Just do the deed. Like, try to play doctor with her.
Does she pluck out his eye like?
Yes. Because he tried to get funny with her instead of just doing the deed. She got...
You don't get funny with people, do you, Janine? You can't get funny with people. No. It's not nice. You get eye plucked.
So she did get grazed in the head and fell in the water. And that's why she can't remember shit. And now all of her memories are back. Ah!
Oh, the music's swelling. It's big. Ah.
Memory is back.
Memories. That's like, what's the memory song? Is it Cats?
Memories like the corners of my mind. Misty water colored memories. And we just got
resurfaced. I knew to never trust David Morse. I thought David Morse was a nice person at the start when he turned up, but I knew never to trust David Morse.
Nope.
There's always something sinister going on with him.
Oh my gosh.
Has this torture not lasted long enough now, David Morse? Come on.
Well, he's not getting his answers.
He's not getting his answers, but you know, let's try a different method. Because this isn't working. I mean, let's not try a different method because, you know, torture's very unpleasant, Janine, and nobody should be doing it.
Yes.
Steve says Creep deserved to lose an eye.
And he did.
Yeah.
So remember Brian
Disagree with
Cox's
that.
advice about he keeps
Yes.
one close to Mr. Wally because nobody pats down there.
So, she goes
Callback.
and fondles Brian Cox a little bit.
One of the best callbacks in cinematic history.
Is it though, Janine?
I mean, she had to fill up a dummy of Brian Cox. I think that's a pretty solid comeback.
Would you want to do that though? I wouldn't want to do that.
No.
Not even if it was a dummy. I mean, real Brian Cox, fake Brian Cox. What if they actually made a plastic or wax version of Mr. Wally, and then you're really screwed because you're just feeling what appears to be Brian Cox's Mr. Wally.
Brian Cox's.
Yes, where is Sam Jackson? Oh, God. They appear to have locked him in a pit.
Naked. They didn't like his outfit either.
I do hope we don't have to look at Samuel Jackson's Mr. Wally. Are you an angel? That's what that felt like. Why all of a sudden has it turned into let's vacation at the beach?
She's becoming her true self.
By going to the beach, having a shower. Again, I mean, you question why Rennie Harlin even needs to put a sexy shower scene in his movie with his own girlfriend, and he just doesn't, take a shower anyway. Maybe he just wants to show off. Maybe Rennie Harlin just likes to show off, like, look.
Yeah, look what I got.
I'm with Gina Davis, and you're not. That seems like a thing that Rennie Harlin would do. I don't think Rennie Harlin's one of those sinister directors, though, is he? Like questionable.
She did the first TikTok transition.
Oh, she did as well. There it is.
I need to make a TikTok of that. The first TikTok transition.
Oh, it's like a very comfortable bed. That was like a ridiculously comfortable bed. I could stay in that bed all day.
I know, right?
Still wearing those cool pants, though. I like those pants.
Oh, what's in the trash there?
What is in the trash? Oh, God, the photo of her new husband and child. That's cold, Ginny Davis.
It's like, who is this? Who this?
Who this? I must admit, not necessarily into shorter blonde hair, Ginny Davis.
No.
That's a little bit sinister. That's horrible.
It's like I'm in the Johnny L. Pop Goes a Weasel.
Don't do that either. That would be a terrible thing to imagine. Could you imagine that? If there's one thing that's liable to get anybody out of the mood for any sort of intimate situations, it's probably Pop Goes the Weasel.
Okay.
Could you imagine singing Pop Goes the Weasel in an intimate romantic moment, Janine? That'd be horrendous.
Well, my Patronus is a weasel, so I'm inclined,
so it works.
I'm inclined to appreciate that song. Yeah, might work on me.
I love how much this turtleneck's being shown. I want it. It's
Morgan,
unusual. It's an
Morgan,
unusual colour. Yes.
Morgan, please stop.
But what's wrong with it?
It's terrible.
It isn't terrible.
It is.
That is not. How can you look at that jumper and say that is a terrible jumper? I don't understand. Look at it. What's different between?
Did I try to take a shot like that after watching this movie? When I was of age? Yes, I did.
What is different between the jumper I'm currently wearing and that jumper Samuel Jackson's wearing?
Because yours is neat.
Neat? What's wrong with that one?
Simple. That one is like busy, and that color is gross.
No, it is.
It can't decide if it wants to be green or yellow, so it's just this in between pukey piss color, like dirty pee.
Oh.
So if you want to wear that dirty urine sweater, that's on you, homie.
What if I was to get
I ain't gonna be seen with you.
What if I was to get a mustard sweater?
Why are you trying to look like a bottle of Grey Poupon, sir?
What's wrong with a mustard colour?
Well, then make it just mustard. You don't need that scratchy print on there. It's too much.
What a mustard and red.
No, then you look like a condiment. Get down to me. Do you want to walk around looking like a hot dog? No.
I'll just wear the mustard and red turtleneck and then shave my head so I look like a hot dog.
Please don't do that.
Not many people can wear yellow. I think it suits Sam Jackson. I think it suited Brian Cox before. I look like Brian Cox, right?
No.
Do I not look? I thought I did look like Brian Cox.
Maybe you will. Like,
you think when I'm 65, I look like Brian Cox?
In years, you'll look like Brian Cox.
That looks like a fun amusement park. I want to go.
Is it Atlantic City?
Don't know if I've been to Atlantic City.
I think they're in Atlantic City. Because, yeah, they've been like in Jersey and stuff.
Oh, well, that would make sense. Isn't Atlantic City like
a giant toilet
at the moment?
Yes.
Is it not like even remotely like being revamped?
No. It's just like a forgotten, dirty old cesspool. If you find that sweater, make sure you wear it for us, Morgan.
Well, no, I'm legitimately considering getting like a mustard turtleneck.
Well, then make it simple mustard, but don't need that scratchy.
What about a maroon one?
Yes, I think you could pull off maroon nicely. Oh, okay.
Oh, there's something. Oh, dear. Samuel Jackson is terrified.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's happening.
He doesn't want this. Can't do it. Oh, it's all a little bit. I mean, it's the 90s. You've got to have some sort of strange heightened eroticism.
I handsome. I ain't rich. The last time I got blown candy bars cost a nickel. I love Samuel Jackson so much. Yeah, you call her on her shit, Sam.
He's not just going to take advantage. You go, Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough. Well, you're two people now, Gina Davis. You're going to have to deal with that, I'm afraid. You have to lead some sort of unusual life.
Yeah.
Where you are an assassin and also a nice community mum. No, this gentleman wants to. That was fun. Oh, and now he's actually going to go through with it. I thought that was a funny line.
Yes.
And now he's ruined it by actually being creepy. Yeah. Nobody calls anybody a Nimrod anymore.
Are you this stupid or did you take lessons? I took lessons.
Again, this is a public location. I mean, people are going to notice.
Dirty alley in Atlantic City. I don't think anyone gives up. This is a pretty.
I mean, did you finish your alcohol?
Well, I am acting like I finished some alcohol.
Oh, good. Mr. Marvin Gaye's turned up on the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now the movie's gotten better.
Why was it bad before?
No, not at all, but now the movie's gotten better. And Samuel Jackson is still wearing that turtleneck.
So at the end of this, Morgan, are you going to tell us what your pick will be for the next watch along?
Was it? Well...
Are you going to share with the world?
Yes, I will. Yes.
Okay. She just kicked his ass out of the car.
I mean, that's unnecessary. That's going to hurt.
And then he's just laying in the street.
He looks quite comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stay here and light my cigarette. I'm just going to wait to get run down by a bus. He nearly did. Get off the street.
No, you're so worried about him.
I am worried. You can't just lie there. You'll get killed.
He's far enough on the side.
That is not an excuse. If I went and lied down on the side of the road, you would not say, oh, it's fine. You're not going to get run over. You're too far on the side. You would be like, get off the street.
So she left her charm bracelet with her daughter, which has a safety deposit box key on it.
Mm.
So she's going to have to go back and see Cathead.
It's just very dangerous, isn't it, being some sort of spy person? It's incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, do people do it for the thrill of it? Do people do it because they want to protect the world? Because it's incredibly difficult and incredibly dangerous, and the life expectancy is probably about 27.
Right. Oh.
Oh, God. Yeah. Well, there's no need to be that kind of direct about it. I mean, that was unpleasant. I don't need to know. I don't need to actually watch the dude wet himself.
Well, you gotta show how scary and badass Gina Davis is.
I understand. Again, I gather that. I understand that. I don't need some sort of weedy smoking kid with his headphones on. Like, she's just wrecking this bedroom now. I like that poster of the cat.
Bad hair day. Yeah, see, Heather's right. He'll never smoke again. She saved that kid's life.
Well, that's good. Well, that is good. Oh, now she's going to shoot down some nice, harmless Christmas carolers.
No, she's going to look at her doctor that she's trying to act like she doesn't give a shit about.
Yeah, see, you can't get away from it, Gina Davis. It's going to happen. You have to be two people now. That's what happens when you get amnesia.
See, so she does care. She's just trying not to admit.
Did you ever wear a tinsel halo?
No, I did not.
Good. I'm glad about that. I don't really like tinsel. You can all see my Christmas decorations here. Have nice frosted garland and lights and little baubles and red berries and pine cones and things. And I have a little reindeer thing over here that you can barely see. But I don't have any tinsel.
I have a tree.
You do have a tree. It's a very nice little tree. Do you have any tinsel on it?
No, just some baubles.
Good, I don't like tinsel.
Look at her using those ice skates. Yeah.
Oh, she should be an Olympic speed skater.
Wish we were gonna see
That
this
do
in
you
my
ever
all-time favorite movie, The Cutting Edge.
Janine, how she could be. Janine, how many times I've just been reminded of this fact right just now. Do you remember there was supposed to be an Olympics this summer?
Oh yes. That's really sad.
I forgot there was supposed to be an Olympics this year. Because there was also supposed to be the European Championship football.
Now I just have that Marvin Gaye song in my head.
Good. It's a great song. Oh, there's no need to be gassing children.
Or threatening to cut children in half.
These people in there, I do not care for
Craig Bierko.
I do not care for anybody in this movie apart from Sam Jackson and occasionally Gina Davis.
Why just occasionally?
Because she doesn't have any respect for other people's property. She just goes into that bedroom and starts ragging everything about. Well, if it's been put there for a reason.
She was looking for her safety deposit box.
I don't care if she was looking for a safety deposit box. She needs to be careful. I wonder when the Olympics is supposed to be now. Is it next summer?
Maybe.
Probably going to be next summer, isn't it now?
I would think so.
Isn't that when the Euros are supposed to be as well? I don't remember.
Where was it supposed to be?
What? Where?
Yeah.
Tokyo, I think. No, but that would have been useless anyway. I mean, the TV schedule would have been absolutely horrific if it's in Tokyo, actually, wouldn't it? You wouldn't barely get to watch anything anyway.
Yeah.
That was what was so nice about the London Olympics, is because it was all at a reasonable time in the day.
And of course, it was in London because it's the center of
Well, it
Europe.
was in London, obviously, because it's the centre of the universe. What was the last Olympic? The Rio Olympics. I remember watching quite a lot of the Rio Olympics. I mean, what's Rio? Mind you, Rio will be the same as East Coast US, right? So it's only 5 hours, so that's reasonable.
Yeah.
But Tokyo is just, oh God, you can barely get further away.
Yeah.
And from you guys, it's literally a day. Tokyo, right? Near enough. Because you have the date line. So you don't know what's going on with Japan.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to Japan. I'd still like to go to Japan.
Yeah.
It's a long way away. It's a long plane.
But beautiful, I'm sure.
It would be like rural Japan. Cherry tree Japan, Temple Japan. Not Tokyo. I couldn't hack Tokyo.
Oh no. Threatening her with her daughter.
Yeah, well, something like this was going to happen. There'll be some sort of showdown somewhere, and it'll probably be all in slow-mo, like the end of Face Off. The end of Face Off. That final shootout in Face Off that's in that church with all the doves in it. It's the most
Flying everywhere.
staged, absurd thing you've ever seen.
This finale is pretty crazy, but there's no doves.
There are people in the movie Face Off who literally appeared in only movies during the 1990s and never again.
Never saw them again.
For example, Gina Gershon. What on earth happened to Gina Gershon?
And how many things has the director Nick Cassavetes been in besides Face Off? What made him say, for once, I want to be in front of the camera for this one? Because I knew him from that. And then I'm like, this is the guy who directed The Notebook?
Who else is... what's his name?
What, his brother?
Yeah, Nick Cage's brother. In Face Off.
Pollux Troy.
Yeah, I know it's
That
Pollux,
guy?
but what's the actor name?
Yeah.
Whoever plays him, I forget his name. He was in Jurassic Park 3. Oh, but he's only ever in movies of that time and has never been in anything else ever again.
Yeah. And what was her name? The girl who plays his daughter, she didn't do very much either.
No, she didn't. Who was that?
What is her name?
Am I confusing her with the daughter from American Beauty? Possibly.
Yes, that was Thora Birch in American Beauty.
Yeah, it's not Thora Birch, is it?
I feel like she has like her name is like two first names.
I don't know.
What's her name? What's her name?
Steve singing the Canadian national anthem.
Dominique
I'm sorry.
Swain.
I'm sorry. Dominique Swain.
Yes.
Couldn't tell you what else she was in, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, I haven't been sitting up to look at the chat very closely. I'm quite comfortable.
Don't trust the government.
I mean, I agree with that. Don't trust the government. That would be a fun watch along, wouldn't it?
What?
Face Off.
Oh, yes.
Because it is the stupidest of 90s action movies that's actually also really good.
No, like it is part of one of my favorite cinematic experiences ever. I think I was like 11 and we went to the drive-in and I saw Face Off and Con Air double feature. And it was so epic. And it spawned off
That's
this.
not possible. Do you mean that you were 11?
Yes.
It's not possible you were 11.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Yes. I'm old, Morgan.
No, but it's not possible you were 11.
Why? When did those
Because
movies
Face
come
Off
out?
and Con Air came out in 1997.
No, I was 13.
You'd have been 13, not
Right.
11.
Close enough.
Now what's going on here?
That's her candle. She gave her a candle before she left and said, put it up in your window.
So you'll always remember me.
To lighten your way home, Mommy. That's what she told her.
I know, but it's so saccharine. It feels like one of the Lifetime Christmas movies.
Can you imagine getting shot through a peephole? Oof.
Oh. I mean, you've got to be
Here we
accurate.
Here, watch the action. Yeah.
Night vision goggles.
Damn it, Sam Jackson.
Sam Jackson, why are you ruining everything by getting spotted? Bogey. What sort of a one line is that? And here we have an example of the ammunition never running out.
Yeah.
Janine, I'd like to point out that you suggested we watch this movie for the watch along because it was a Christmas action movie.
Yes.
There's precious little Christmas in this movie.
I mean, we got a bunch of Christmas at the beginning, and we're gonna get a bunch of Christmas at the end. So just hush it. It's 2 days to Christmas.
I'm just saying, like, Lethal Weapon is a Christmas action movie.
Man. You heard all the Christmas songs we got?
Well, that's true. We did. We've got some Christmas.
She was dressed as Mrs. Claus at the beginning of the movie. That's
she
what
was,
got
but
her
she hasn't
made.
been dressed as Mrs. Claus since, has she? Steve, he just said alive and unmarked, yet they all shoot at her. Because they're idiots, Steve. That's why. They're idiots.
So that guy's Mr. Perkins, and that's why her subconscious memory had her daughter named the bear. Her bear, Mr. Perkins.
Mr. Perkins. The name Mr. Perkins just reminds me of a Rowan Atkinson stand-up sketch bit from his live show where he plays a head teacher.
Someone who's not Mr. Bean.
Someone who's not Mr. Bean. And he's like live stand-up show, but it's not like stand-up comedy. It's like live sketches. And Rowan Atkinson plays a head teacher who confronts Mr. Perkins about the behaviour of his son. Turns out that Rowan Atkinson, the head teacher, has beaten this man's son to death. It's quite fun.
Yeesh.
It's funny. I'd recommend watching some of Rowan Atkinson's live sketches.
Sam, I'll be waiting for you to come rescue me. I'll be
You know it's probably going to happen, so I mean, who's that frozen gentleman?
You don't need to know. They're going to plant that Arab guy in the car and blame them killing this town of people on the Arabs.
Well, 1996.
Because he needs to have some kind of terrorist thing happen so that he can get funding. That Perkins guy.
Seems a bit sinister to me there, Perkins. Pinky and Perky. That was the wrong thing.
Oh, shoot.
Farewell Adieu just reminds me of The Sound of Music. Oh, God. We can't ever possibly do a watch along of The Sound of Music, Janine. It would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not only would we all be singing all but I'm pretty sure it's getting taken down for the amount of music.
Every morning you greet me. Oh my gosh, we got some Maury Povich shit happening up
We
in
have.
Europe. You are the father, Craig Bierko. Because remember, he said he made that mistake playing doctor with her?
Yes.
And then she woke up with a baby.
What a horrible, horrible father.
And then he realizes
there's no need to be using such aggressive language in front of children. There isn't, though, is there? I mean, there isn't.
No.
I don't do it. You don't do it. I mean, you maybe do it. I don't. Janine, do you use aggressive language in front of children?
No.
Good.
I'll try not to.
We should not be doing that. They are children.
No. I mean, you never start too young.
3 years old.
This is how sailors talk. Do you like Popeye?
You like pirates? This is what you should speak like. So show them the light. You should show them the lighthouse if they want to know what sailors want to do.
Oh no! Let's turn up the cold up in here.
Have you ever seen a mermaid's reproductive parts, Jenny?
I have not.
You've never watched a lighthouse, then?
Oh goodness! Is it anything like a fish man from Shape of Water?
A little bit. Yeah, pretty much the exact opposite, but yeah, it's kind of exactly that. I still want to get a Robert Pattinson the Lighthouse mustache.
No.
It would look horrendous. Hashtag douche daddy. That's a good hashtag. That's a good hashtag.
Heather always blame the Muslims.
that should be America's slogan.
Wow.
Am I wrong? It should be.
I mean,
that's what America thinks. We're all aware of that. We're all aware it's racist, but that's just the case. That's what America thinks.
Look at her being so resourceful. She put gasoline. She put gasoline in that peeing baby, though.
I mean, it just looks unpleasant, though, doesn't it? Really. There's. Do you know what? There's way too much unpleasantness in this movie. Janine.
What do you mean? Seeing a little baby doll pee gasoline, that's unpleasant to you?
Yeah.
You know what's unpleasant to me?
What?
That turtleneck sweater that Samuel Jackson has been wearing this whole damn movie.
I'm so glad he's not taking it off.
See, he brought up the Grinch, Christmas.
He's also now wearing his furry flat cap backwards like Samuel Jackson usually wears them. I mean, there's a dilemma for you, Janine, the knife or the gun.
Yeah. What would you pick?
What a horrible, horrible question. Why have you asked me
Don't
that question?
cry,
I'm not
Mom.
under torture.
Bitch, that information would have been helpful like 20 minutes ago. But thank you, Caitlin. So helpful.
Yeah, it's like, why the hell have you waited this long to tell me? Are you a moron? You're no daughter of mine. Stretch. We have to stretch, don't we, Janine? Otherwise we'll die. Should we get a dog? Where's that come from?
Just to lighten the moment.
She has a big poster of a cat in her bedroom. Maybe she wants a cat instead. Boom Town.
He went through a sign. A deer.
Oh my god. Yes, oh my god. You still hear him screaming, and now he's hit a tree. He's fallen in the snow. Oh!
Go, Mitch, go!
Good throw, Sam.
Yes, Mitch.
You know full well that if... You know you can go axe throwing. I know there's a place in Manchester where you can go axe throwing. You know, like with a target.
Yeah.
And you literally get an axe and lob it. How terrible would I be at that? How sad would the axe look when it was just flop to the ground?
I want to see you try.
But how unbelievably impressive would you feel?
And now Sam's become the Terminator. She told Caitlin to go hide. So where does Caitlin go hide?
Come with me if you want to live.
Where does Caitlin hide?
In
the truck. That's a bomb.
God, she is a moron. She is a moron. We've determined she is a moron.
And yes, I love that one. Wow, that foxy bitch. Hashtag foxy bitch. Go Steve.
It's funny, isn't it, Ginny, with the Terminator, because come with me if you want to live. He's not actually originally said by the Terminator.
No. Except by Kyle Reese.
Alternatively known as that one guard from that one episode of The Mandalorian. That one time.
Who doesn't look anything like Michael Biehn.
Still haven't watched this week's episode of The Mandalorian, by the way.
Is it just said to be that if your name is Bean, you're just supposed to die and everything?
Bean? Why? Because Michael Bean.
And Sean Bean.
Sean Bean. But not Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean has never died, has he? He's still going.
It's true.
You can't imagine Mr. Bean often dying in the movies he's in, can you?
No. Go, Mitch, go. It's just like a video game.
I don't understand. You know, like Call of Duty and that sort of stuff. It's too quick.
I suck at those games. I'm the person who's walking into a wall, and then I'm able to turn around, and then someone shoots me in the face. Like that.
I mean, I'm not too dissimilar to that, but it's all way too quick. Like, I'd happily just sit there and kind of, well, there's somebody over there.
No, Mitch. Mitch.
Oh, dear. I just want to say, like, Mitch Hennessy kind of sounds like the small town single dad from a Lifetime Christmas movie.
Did you see my Instagram story?
I don't know.
I saw this TikTok with these people who did like a Lifetime movie in 60 seconds. And like the names they made up for each other were like, oh my gosh, Steve Bergaloogie. And he's like, oh my gosh, Dana Flemingsworth or something. Vander Fleming. I had a crush on you in high school. Oh, I'm a successful businesswoman who's no nonsense. And she's like, what do you do? And he's like, I chop down trees, Christmas trees for people's houses. And she's like, oh, so you're poor. And then like they show a scene of her having a conversation with one of her girlfriends, but the girlfriends is the guy with a wig on. And she's like, I just don't know about him. He's poor. And then the friend's like, no, he invented the internet. Oh my gosh, he's rich. I love him now. Oh my gosh, Steve, I'm in love with you. And he's like, Dana, look in your pocket. And it's an engagement. Oh my gosh, an engagement ring. And he's like, I've been keeping a secret from you. And then they show him in a tuxedo. I'm rich. It's hilarious. And the music in the background, everything about it is like perfect.
Oh, you can picture it. You can absolutely picture it, and him taking her to his absolutely enormous Christmas house.
Yes. I'll have to send it to you. It's like, it's perfect.
And she questioning, why have you been keeping this secret from me?
No.
Steve?
I don't know about him. Don't you know? He invented the internet. And they're like talking very statically, like, oh my gosh. I love you. It's great.
Oh God!
And then, like, they title it Hallmark movie in 60 seconds, and it's
it
perfect.
Just is though. It just really, really is.
Yeah. Yes. You know your daughter's in that toolbox, right?
Yeah, her daughter's going to be injured. I mean, it's all very explosion-y.
Everybody go surfing. Surfing USA. Have you ever gone surfing on a semi truck that's a bomb?
Just
I'm just thinking, it just looks like she's surfing at that part.
Oh God. No. The music's like was just perfectly in time with the punches then.
Yeah.
Ding ding. Ding 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 ding. Oh my God.
You like the Indian innuendo there?
The amount of
4 inches. You'll feel me.
Can we actually just acknowledge the amount of penis talk there has been in this movie?
Yeah.
Like, why is it so obsessed with? It's basically this. I've discovered what this movie is, Janine. It's a I've got a bigger one than you. No, I've got a bigger one than you. Let's have a fight. That's what this movie is. And that's what I believe all 90s action movies are, because that's why they're so over the damn top all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's just sad men trying to prove that they're somewhat powerful.
Oh my gosh.
Is it not, though? Is it not, though?
Yes, I concur.
In this case, it's Rennie Harlin. Because he's constantly showing off that I get to sleep with Gina Davis. Look at her in this sexy shower scene.
There's a Christmas tree there. It's Christmas.
Mommy, you've forgotten about me. I'm still locked in this truck.
It's about to blow up because it's a fucking bomb. Another shooting at the truck.
Mommy, please save me. No. Get away from her. There's another stolen line there from another.
Oh my gosh. That guy just set off his flare gun. And
he set off a flare gun into his own face.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
It's very festive. Look, holiday lights.
Exploding everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
The poor daughter. Help. Please help. Get me out of this cage. Yeah, you probably did hit your head.
Get off
poor
this thing
child.
7 minutes before it explodes.
She's going to have brain damage. Right, now let's go to the hospital. No, don't just run now. We've done that. We've gotten rid of everybody. Go to the hospital. Right, so get away from it then.
Yes.
They just stood next to it going, the truck is a bomb. It's going to blow up soon. Run. And then they don't actually go anywhere. They just say, run.
That makeup is not great. That makeup is like Halloween makeup.
The blood makeup?
Yeah, like, let's stipple this with a sponge. No, it looks like you stippled some fake blood with a sponge. Like, there's actually no open wounds. It's just like smudgy smudges and like stippled on blood.
No, are you still alive? What's Mummy know now? She literally told you not to run back, and you ran back.
No, she said she would be right behind her. She wasn't right behind her. But this is kind of a cute scene right here.
It's a little bit depressing.
Well, no, just in the fact that it's like another callback. Remember when she was on the ice and she told her, get up? Don't be a baby.
I still think it was a little bit aggressive from a mother to be calling her, get up, you wuss.
Yeah.
When she just fallen over, she's like 9. Chill out.
I remember telling the mom, like she was telling
this is horrible.
You're not dead. Stop being a baby.
Thankfully, she isn't dead.
No, she gave her a mean pep talk and it woke her ass up. Call back. Just shows you her daughter's going to be strong like her.
Or mean or cruel. You know, the difference.
Motivation worked. Look. You get up this instant, mommy.
So that's another message we have to learn from The Long Kiss Goodnight. Being mean is what motivates people. No, that's terrible.
It's called tough love.
Tough love, schmuff love. Rubbish. Drivel tough love. Tough love doesn't exist. It's just called being cruel. I do not believe in the concept in the slightest.
He could get away right now, but no, he still just wants to kill Gina Davis for all the trouble she's caused.
Well, yeah, you know, you've got to tack on another 15 minutes to a 90s
I love that little meow guitar every time he comes on.
Yeah. His blood makeup's a little funny as well.
Yeah.
So she was 8, not 9. Okay. That was convenient. Sam Jackson heard the word MF and all of a sudden wakes up.
We got the blues guitar cue.
It's like literally Sam Jackson's trigger word.
Yes.
He's just like, yes, I'm here. Hello, it's me. I'm ready.
Yes, as Heather called out his very shiny shoes.
Very shiny shoes. How is Samuel Jackson actually alive?
You're right.
No. Oh, that man, he's on fire.
Yes.
That's some Game of Thrones business.
That gun would be so hot.
Yeah, it would. You would not be able to hold that gun,
No.
let alone somewhat accurately shoot with one hand.
And she did tell him
dangling from a rope.
She did tell him he would die screaming.
And then do some sort of Jackie Chan stunt down the light bulbs.
Yeah, those bulbs would be like popping on your hands, cutting you up.
Well, there's that Jackie Chan stunt. I forget which movie it's from, but where he's actually like sliding down a rope of lights and bulbs, and it actually like electrocuted him. But it's Jackie Chan, so he's a mad person, so he actually did the stunt.
At least he got an honorary Oscar for his.
We love Jackie Chan. I love Jackie Chan. He's great.
Yeah.
Like, I miss seeing him in movies.
Look at this. This is ridiculous.
There's way too much fire. That's not
Caitlin,
how things
don't
work.
hit the cars. And he just looks at her kid. Like, shut up. Oh my gosh.
It's like hell out here.
I told you this finale was bonkers.
It is. Oh, we're back to the impressively White House. Not the White House. This is just the White House.
This is just a White House.
That kid is going to need a lot of therapy. Not wrong, Heather. You're not wrong.
Yeah. I like their bond.
Yes, it's very nice, but they probably will never want to ever see each other again. Oh, peaceful, long car journeys on open roads where there's nobody else in a convertible.
She had that safety deposit box key.
That's true, and for some reason she's wearing a headscarf.
Because she's so fancy now. That's what rich people do, Morgan.
And phoning the president from a car.
Yes.
Larry King. High treason. He will be beheaded in the tower. Oh my God. I mean, what about that blazer, Janine? Could I get away with that?
No. And then look at
Why not?
No. And the kid's watching his dad, and the mom's like, what? Thought your dad was a deadbeat. Now he's on Larry King.
Why does his mum talk like that?
I don't know.
Why couldn't I get away with that blazer? Doesn't have to come with the bright blue turtleneck, but what's wrong with that?
Do you want to look like a cheesy game show host? Then get a blazer.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
that's exactly what I'm going for.
Morgan, I always complimented your sense of style, but
there's nothing wrong with looking like an 80s game.
Where did Morgan go? Uh-oh. Well, we're at the end of the movie anyway. You'll have to wait for Morgan to come back to see what he thought. And of course, we end with a very 90s song. Well, that was the Long Kiss Goodnight. I hope you guys had fun, and thank you for watching with us. And I guess me, because I don't know what happened to Morgan. Hopefully, he will be back in a few to say goodbye.
No, I'm back. Hi.
Hi. What happened to you?
Don't know. Don't ask.
I turned you off when you started talking about wanting to look like a cheesy game.
No, I don't know what happened. It did.
So what'd you think?
I mean, look, it's a 90s action movie. It's Steve, way over the top.
Just think how much better that guy's sex life just got.
You're not wrong, Steve.
No.
I don't think you're wrong at all there, Steve. It's a 90s action movie. It was a very good 90s action movie. It was exactly kind of what you would build and what I was to expect. A lot of over the topness, but absolute peak Sam Jackson.
Yes. So you had fun. You enjoyed yourself.
I had a lot of fun. And I hope you had fun watching along with us.
Yes.
Guys, this was fun, wasn't it?
So Morgan.
Yeah.
You said you would reveal what your pick will be for our next watch along.
I did, didn't I? Look, okay. I was contemplating whether to do a little bit of a poll, but then we just thought, since, Janine picked The Long Kiss Goodnight, a Christmas action movie that she likes herself very much. Well, what's another Christmas action movie? So, I was going through, and then just so happened, that, well, let's just watch Die Hard.
Yes!
So 2 weeks today. 2 weeks
on the
today.
20th,
Usual time. On the 20th, December the 20th at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, and 10 p.m. UK time on this channel. Join us for Die Hard.
Yes! Yes!
Which is a Christmas movie, no matter what people will tell you. I want
including Bruce Willis.
Including Bruce Willis. I want people here at the watch-alongs. I want fun things. So we'll share it around. We'll hype it up. We'll make it a thing. Because the week before Christmas, that's when people should watch Die Hard. You might watch Die Hard. Look, Die Hard with a Vengeance is great. It is. But this is true Christmas Die Hard. Because it's Christmas.
And I do love
Not because we don't like Sam Jackson. But Die Hard with a Vengeance is excellent. I like that movie a lot. Really do. But this is Christmas time.
Yeah.
So we watch Die Hard.
Yes.
So there we go. That's what's coming up in a couple of weeks. But we'll hype it up. We will hype it up, Janine, won't we? And
yes.
We'll make it a very, very fun watch along. We'll get all kinds of Christmas snacks and things.
Yay! Are you going to have a festive cocktail with me?
Yes, I will. I will definitely be drinking and all the fun stuff.
Yes. All right. I'm excited.
I'll be off work all that week before Christmas. So absolutely perfect. But yes, there we go. I think we did the promotions actually at the start, didn't we? So that's
Yes,
nice.
we did.
So I suppose we don't necessarily have to do that again. But subscribe to this channel for obviously the more the watch-alongs, because that's what we're mainly doing on here at the moment. But we are looking to kind of revamp up this channel for It's a Wonderful Podcast and make some more things in the new year that we'll go on
Yes.
here. We're looking to do that. And you know, that kind of stuff should happen. So subscribe here if you're new to here, and leave a like on the video and all that good stuff. Get excited for Die Hard, because it's going to be a fun one. I mean, Die Hard's fun anyway. Everybody loves Die Hard. Whether you think it's a Christmas movie or not, everybody loves Die Hard.
They do.
So there you go. But yeah, you know, the shows on the It's a Wonderful Podcast feed. It's a Wonderful Podcast, the main show, of course, every Friday, celebrating older movies that we love so much, discovering new ones, and finding ones that we just feel like need talking about a little bit more. Morgan hasn't seen every Wednesday, which is where I haven't seen things. Janine likes to make me watch things. We're currently talking M. Night Shyamalan movies.
Yes.
All throughout December. It's holiday movie season on the main show. It's a Wonderful Podcast as well. So we've got holiday movies all month on there. We have Machine Mondays every Monday as well, with Janine over there talking all things about the Schmodown from coming out of the mouth of Janine the Machine herself. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have you covered on the It's a Wonderful Podcast feed. You can find it everywhere podcasts are found. That is Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Castbox, everywhere else. Or like we said before, just on Twitter at It's a Wonderful One. Find me on Twitter at the Purple Dom with a 3 instead of the E in the, because Janine.
3 is the magic number.
Or on Instagram at just the Purple Don. Like I said, subscribe and do all the liking things to this channel and video and all that good stuff. Janine, your stuff is where?
Find me at Janine Devine on Twitter and Instagram, and please check out our Patreon at It's a Wonderful One on patreon.com. So many fun things over there. So please check it out.
Yes, there we go. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out with us. We love you guys in the chat. We really do.
Yes,
so appreciative
This was so fun.
of everybody that popped in today. Thanks, guys. I think there's only one thing left to do. We'll do what we usually do. Janine, I mean, do it in some sort of weird Sam Jackson impression if you want.
Oh, no. I'm not even going to attempt that. But 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Bye.